going on, man? This your boy Hood, man. Just wanted to say what's good with y'all, man, and I hope everybody doing good out there. This your boy Hood. Yo, I'm just hitting y'all up real quick because I'm sitting back just after the hustle. I had to go promote my products again to the tourists that's out in America on Chicago, and it was another good day. This is a good thing because I had learned how to do this kind of hustle when I was a kid. My father taught me, and my mother's father taught him. So it's just something that I just picked back up on. And the tourists in Chicago come through here like in droves, and so we are promoting. And then it's like a few days now before Lollapalooza. So when you do this type of hustle, Lollapalooza is like the biggest. I mean, man, it's like Road to Lollapalooza. It's like the biggest thing because you're talking about millions of people coming for 3 4 days, and it's a feeding frenzy. They buying, they grabbing, it's just so many people. It's unreal. And so as I come to submit to sell to promote my products out there, you got so many to pick from. It's just so many people, and there's older people, grown people bringing their kids, and then for like a good 2 or 3 days, it's just a big old thing. So I try to continue to do this little grind, to do this hustle, to promote my products and all of that stuff. And I always say to myself, this is it. This is my last year. I'm not going to be promoting to the tourists downtown. I'm going over here. I'm about to do this. But then it's different things about it that's like so dope. Because for instance, you meet people who you never would have imagined meeting from all over the world, from every kind of Bosnia to Colombia to, I mean, Texas to France and South Africa and Shanghai and Shenzhen and you name it. These people from all over the world, and they come and they talk to you and they buy your product and then they go. And it's just something you can't imagine. I know it seems weird because they're like, so what, people, they tourists, what? But it's like that. Me, from being in the hood, from the south side, in the blocks all my life, I never imagined going down there and promoting to products like that to this level, you know what I mean, where I'm actually really killing the game, going hard at it, and the people grabbing it and running away with it. And so you actually know that your name is going to be in places that you haven't been in: Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, North Dakota, Wyoming, Utah. 2 people from Utah today. Just like, damn. And then they was back to back. I'm like, was y'all on the same plane? What the hell? And so it's so funny because that's the tourism that you kick off and learn from. And it's just crazy. But then it's another thing about it. And I was trying to show in my last video, if you see a couple of videos back, my son shot the documentary of me out there doing it. But that day was different because it was so hot outside. You couldn't really see the speed that goes with this. It was a slower day. And the funny thing is that was a Friday. So normally on a Friday, it's going crazy. It's like you can't even fucking, you walk away and you be like, and I can only imagine what they be doing in New York because, you know, that's much bigger. The tourism is even much bigger there. So it's like, but it go crazy here. And so it's something I'm glad I was able to tap into because you don't have to have a boss. You're not punching in. You're not talking to nobody and having to do what they say. This is all up to you. It's in you. So if you want to go get the money is to be gotten. But if you don't and it ain't your thing, then you just won't go after that, you know. So here I am now, sitting back after the hustle. And that's what I like to call these little blogs like this because it's like, damn, you almost like debriefing yourself like shit. People walk up to you and they think that you're the first person they talking to. So they might be the 31st. And so your memory is not going to keep none of this because by the time you speak to the 61st person, you like a blur. Now you might have spoken to 151 people. No idea what the hell they talking about, what they said. All you remember is the split second of yes or no. And then it come back to probably about 500 people you just spoke to. That's tourists coming past up and down the street. Few have stopped. By the time you get done, you're not gonna start remembering people, phone numbers, faces, things of this nature, color, jackets, none of this stuff. You're not gonna remember none of this. And you have to honestly forget it because if you're going back the next day, you're talking about overloading your head. You can't remember all this stuff. It's fun to do it, but you have to let it go after a while and just be like, all right, that was fun. But some people want to connect with you, like, yo, give me your number, hook me up with this, catch me like this, call me later. And it's like, call you later, send you a message. That's gonna be hard. And I know you're looking at me right now like, hard. You're drinking a beer and smoking some fucking weed. Exactly. So to take away from this, to try to start saying, yeah, it was good meeting you. I'm about to do this and with you later. That's going to be a phony me because I'm going to probably make a deal or a project or a situation with a person that as soon as I'm not smoking or chilling, I might have to change my mind down the line, so I don't do it. I try to stay locked in on a promotional side and not trying to connect with people necessarily because I don't want to be fake. But I will do some connecting. But it's like more or less after this run. Not like it's almost like if somebody's on tour and you say, "Hey, stop by the house." Well, I gotta first get off tour and drive back in town before I can. It don't matter how close you live to my crib. I'm on tour, and it's the same thing. So it's like I gotta be so driven. That was a light bulb. I gotta be so driven in the direction of trying to promote and then getting ready for the next day to promote, and then the speed of it, because you're talking again, so many people coming past, and then sometimes people have so much to say to you that you're trying to let go of that connection to try to connect with new people. It's like I don't have a CD player, and the last time okay, thank you, sir. I gotta. Oh, really? This is you? Okay, you know what? I don't have cash, but I will go to the. Okay, ma'am, thank you. I gotta. It's not like you hate them. It's just like you trying to get to the person that's going to say yes. You're not thinking about the person who can't say no, because it's a possibility you got to say no. Whatever your reasons are, you had to say no. Okay, I need to move. I need to move on. And they be, well, look, or the older guy that just want to sit there and talk about whatever. You try to give him a few minutes to chat it up. Or even a guy who, in recent days, some guy was chatting. We was actually laughing. He was cracking jokes. Ha 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 ha. And then some young guy walked by with a really big booty black girl, and he started talking smack to the guy, like, and they complete strangers. He was like, he ain't got no damn money. And the guy walked past, like, I guess the guy was a little millennial too. He like 20 something. He like, man, what did he say to me? Hey, what you say to me? And old boy kind of like, I guess, talking tough to the guy. And I'm like, okay, you going to do this right here where we selling that? What the hell is your problem, nigga? First of all, we don't know you. You talking to this dude, whoever this kid is, him and his lady, they walking down the street minding their business, but the kid he gotta respect his honor. So he like, hey, what's up? Me not knowing the kid, I didn't really peep the game until after the fact. So when I saw the kid stop, I thought he was stopping to grab one of our products. But he wasn't. I walked over there to get him, and when I got to him, he was like, man, I don't know who the fuck old boy talking to. And then I figured he was talking to the guy who had walked up cracking jokes. And he had said something foul to this guy, but I didn't see it. It was behind my back, or it just happened when I wasn't paying attention to them. And I told the kid, I was like, look, bro, he a stranger. Why you care about what a stranger say? Go kick it with your lady. What the fuck with you? Don't even know this dude. You gonna care about what somebody say and get into some street beef with a fucking stranger? And so he was like, all right, he walked off. But as soon as the guy saw him walk off, now he imagining his bitch ass, and he said something to that effect like, better keep going, or whatever the fuck he said. And the guy stopped at the corner, like, before you cross the street. Now he stopped again, like, man, who the fuck you talking? I just kind of waved my hand, like, kid, go ahead, man. Like, this guy is a bum, and why don't get caught up in whatever the fuck? Because he a stranger walking up to us. I don't know him. I don't know this guy. So you got to keep walking. So as long as that kid don't come back and have a fucking blowdown fight with your ass right now for what you said, because he a stranger too. But luckily he had his lady with him, because you can imagine if he was with his homies or with himself by himself, he could have been like, man, I would do, it could have been some bullshit. But you run into those little stupid little situations like that, literally on a daily basis. But it's nothing you can do about it, because it's not you, it's other people. People try to put on a show or gotta be seen or whatever the fuck going on in their mind. And you just kind of play past it like, hey, ain't got nothing to do with me. You're a stranger to me. If you two idiots get into a damn fight out here and the police pull up, you going to jail. They ain't going to say shit to me, because I don't know you motherfuckers, and I ain't involved in y'all anger, whatever the fuck is over. Pride or whatever the fuck wrong with you niggas. So that's like some of the shit that go down in the game, man. So I just want to hit y'all with that. Hoodfilms, man. I'm signing off on this video. Y'all go check out my channel. Check out the new stuff we got out here, man. We got some dope stuff, and I appreciate y'all coming here, like and subscribe. All right, out.